Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. This is the English translation of the Majlis of Hazrat MAULANA QAMAR Sahib Damat Barakatuhum, which took place on Tuesday morning, mid-morning at about 9:30 a.m. Tuesday, the 4th of Jumadul Ula, 1444, corresponding with the English date 29th of November 2022. This Majlis took place at the residence of Hazrat Wala Baitul Azkar in Wasiabad, Allahabad, UP, India. Hazrat Wala starts off this Majlis by quoting the ayat of the Quran Majid, فَاللَّهُ خَيْرٌ حَافِظًا وَهُوَ أَرْحَمُ الرَّاحِمِينَ. Hazrat Wala says, years have passed. I continue to read from this book, and it just seems that the great articles, the mazameen in this particular kitab, just never seem to come to an end. An amazing kitab. When Hazrat Tanvi went to Makkah Muazzama to spend some time with his Sheikh, Haji Imdadullah then says to him, Ashraf Ali, translate this kitab, it will be of great benefit to the Ummah. Hazrat Tanvi then says that even though I went for the express purpose of going to seek benefit and taking benefit from Hazrat Haji Imdadullah, but when this hukam and command came, then I got myself ready and started translating this particular kitab. The original kitab is that of Sheikh Ibn Ataullah Iskandari rahimahullah. So here, the first point that is mentioned is ربط العزم مع الله تعالى قبل الخروج من المنزل على العفو عن المسيئين. That before a person even leaves his home, he should make a firm intention and tie a knot on this point with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala before leaving. What is that? That if anybody harms him in any way, he would forgive them. Allahu Akbar. Now you say and tell me, how much easier will it not become when a person already leaves on this type of note? But what will happen if a person leaves thinking in his mind that when I go, people should honor me and people should do this and people should do that? How much more difficult a task would it not become for such a person? So many people leave their home, and when they leave their home, they hardly sit into their cars and they pass away. A person should read the dua of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam when leaving home. Bismillah, tawakkaltu ala Allah, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Now, Hazrat Wala then quotes these couplets, which translates that when you take your path, even though you have expertise in 100 professions, then too put your trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now all of this is because the marketplace is a place of disputes. A marketplace is a place of chit-chat and this talk and that talk. It is for this reason that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has mentioned, أَيَعْجِزُ أَحَدُكُمْ أَن يَكُونَ كَأَبِي ضَمْضَمٍ. Why do you people find yourself helpless? Can you not be like Abu Damdam? He was amazing. When he used to come out from his house, he would say, Allahumma inni tasaddaqtu bi'irdi ala al-muslimin. Oh Allah, I have given my honor, my izzat as charity to the Muslimin. فَمَنْ سَبَّهُ أَوْ شَتَمَهُ لَا يَرُدُّ عَلَيْهِ شَيْئًا. Thereafter, if somebody used to be vulgar to him, somebody would treat him in an inappropriate manner, etc., he would never answer back to that. Speaking about this marketplace, when we used to go into the marketplace and it used to get a bit late, Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahib used to become restless. He would pace up and down. He would not have his meal. Neither would he take his qaylula, but he would be worried about us. On one occasion, Hazrat Wala was there And regarding some person, Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah remarked to us, see this person, look at him, he has come here for Islah. But look at him, he's looking from the window into the streets. Now this was it. And this was the mizaj of Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahib, of that of Islah. On one occasion, we got a bit late. That also we did perform our Salat, Maghrib Salat in the marketplace. But Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahib was that Bazaar mein kaisa raha gaya? That how did you stay like that in the marketplace for so long? Now what was all of this? It was because he was looking after our well-being, hifazat. Once, Hazrat Tanvi called some people, and then mistakenly Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahib also went. At that time, Hazrat Tanvi scolded. He reprimanded that why did you come? This is not the place and occasion for you. Meaning these were other people. These were business people, whatever it was. But he did not want Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahib to be there. E zami wa asma digarast. This is something else, and this is for some other people. Yours is separate. You know, these days, if a person wants to get married, what long type of preparations, going even right up to a year, takes place. But when it comes to the akhirat, we are not even prepared to sacrifice a minute or some little time. So a person, now he leaves his home. The next point and adab of travel is that it is most suitable and desired that a person makes wudu and then performs salat before he leaves his home, asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for salamat and peace in his journey that he is now about to undertake, because he does not really know what's actually going to happen ahead. وَإِنَّ الْخَارِجِ إِلَى الْأَسْوَاقِ كَالْخَارِجِ إِلَى الْمُصَافِ. Because in reality, the person who's leaving to go out into the marketplace is actually like one who's leaving to go out onto the battlefield. Therefore, it is suitable for such a person that he wears such a type of armor, min al-i'tisami billahi ta'ala, that would protect him, wat-tawakkul alayh, that it will protect him from siham al-a'da, from the arrows of the dushman and the enemy. And وَمَن يَعْتَصِمْ بِاللَّهِ, whoever puts his trust and seeks refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then فَقَدْ هُدِيَ إِلَىٰ صِرَاطٍ مُسْتَقِيمٍ, then most definitely he will be guided to the straight path. وَمَن يَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ فَهُوَ حَسْبُهُ, and whoever puts his trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then Allah is sufficient for him. Now, we continue with these etiquettes, that it is most definitely suitable and desired when a person leaves his home, that he should hand over his family, his house, and all his possessions to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is most deserving of that, and there can be no one better than Allah to look after his things. And at that time, remember the statement which Allah mentions in the Quran, فَاللَّهُ خَيْرٌ حَافِظًا وَهُوَ أَرْحَمُ الرَّاحِمِينَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the protector, and he is the most merciful of those who show mercy. Now Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam's dua, Allahumma anta sahibu fi safar. O Allah, you are my companion in journey, wal khalifatu fil ahl, and my deputy at home. فَإِنَّهُ إِذَا اسْتَوْدَعَهُمُ اللَّهَ فَحَرِيٌّ أَن يَرْجِعَ فَيَجِدَهُمْ كَمَا يُحِبُّ وَيُحِبُّونَ. Then, when he hands all of this here over to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then it is most appropriate. And most definitely when he returns, he will find it like how Allah wants it to be and how they also want it to be. it is related regarding some of these people in the past. He was leaving home, his wife was in the family way expecting pregnant, and he now intends to travel. So he makes dua and he says to Allah, Allahumma inni astawdi'uka ma fi batniha. Oh Allah, I hand over to you what is in her womb. Nevertheless, he leaves and he goes. And what actually happens? His wife passes away in his absence. When he returns from his safar, he asks about her and he is told that she has passed away. She had passed away while she was in that halat. Nevertheless, فَلَمَّا كَانَ اللَّيْلِ, when night came upon them, رَأَى نُورًا فِي الْمَقَابِرِ, he sees a nur and a light illumination from the Qabristan. فَتَبِعَهُ, he starts following that nur, and then he comes to this grave. وَإِذَا بِالصَّبِي يَرْضِعُ مِنْ ثَدْيِهَا, and then he sees his child suckling from the breast of his wife. فَهَتِفَ بِهِ هَاتِفٌ, at that time he hears a calling from the unseen. Ya hada, oh certain person, addressing this person, innaka istawda'tana al-walad fawajadtahu, listen, you handed over to us your child, so you have found it intact and in place as you have left it. Amma innaka law istawda'tana ummahu lawajadtahuma jami'an, if only you had handed over to us the mother, then you would have found both of them. You would have found both of them. The next principle that we go on to and rule is that it is mustahab for a person when he leaves that he should read the dua, Bismillah, tawakkaltu ala Allah, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Because this year makes shaitan despondent. The next point is that of Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahi Anil Munkar, commanding that which is good and prohibiting from that which is evil. And this year he should make it as a thanksgiving to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the ni'mats of strength and piety that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given to him. And he should think about the verse of the Quran, الَّذِينَ إِن مَّكَّنَّاهُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ, these are the people that when we established them on earth, what did they do then? أَقَامُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتَوُوا الزَّكَاةَ, they established salat, they gave out and discharged their zakat. وَأَمَرُوا بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَنَهَوْا عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ وَلِلَّهِ عَاقِبَةُ الْأُمُورِ, they commanded that which was good, prohibited from that which was evil, and وَلِلَّهِ عَاقِبَةُ الْأُمُورِ. So whoever has, rather Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala establishes and gives him that type of strength to do Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahi Anil Munkar in such a way that no type of harm comes to him bodily or regarding his wealth or regarding his honor, then such a person will be regarded as the one who Allah Ta'ala has given tamkeen. Allah has given tamkeen established on earth, and then the duty would then be on his shoulders. However, if he cannot carry out Amr bil Ma'ruf or Nahi Anil Munkar except that comes with him some type of harm, or rather he has the overwhelming thought about that, then this type of wajib and this duty that is on his head of Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahi Anil Munkar then falls away. Allahu Akbar. Now just look at the balance that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala strikes for us here. Allahu Akbar. Now, Allah Ta'ala says in the Quran Majid, وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. Now the Sahaba, they would recite it to one another. What ilm do we have? What ilm do you people have here? The Sahaba understood the reality of the surah. They would recite it to one another. And in this particular surah, Allah Ta'ala speaks about those things which are lazimi and those which are muta'addi, those which are confined to a person himself, and the others which now then overflows to the rights of other people. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, Iman and good deeds. That's lazimi. And thereafter, وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ, overflows to that of fellow mankind, that they encourage one another with the truth and with that of sabr. Now look at Hazrat Imam Shafi'i rahimahullah. He says the surah is of such a nature that if Allah Ta'ala only revealed this one surat, it would have been sufficient for the Islah and of mankind. Abu Bakr radiyallahu ta'ala an, the first deputy of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he was not happy that the Khilafat was being handed over to him. Nevertheless, that load was then handed over to him. And what did he tell the people? That listen, if you see me going over the track, if you see me going off the path, then set me straight. Allahu Akbar. But what was his hal? He was the same individual who would cry at night. He would hold his tongue, saying that you have taken me to the avenues of destruction. Now this year, wal asr innal insan, this is not only for the tabligh jamaat, rather amr bil ma'ruf and nahi anil munkar is for all. وَأْمُرْ أَهْلَكَ بِالصَّلَاةِ وَاصْطَبِرْ عَلَيْهَا, command your family with salat, وَاصْطَبِرْ عَلَيْهَا, and you yourself be firm on it. Now here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam to command his family first, and then the command comes to himself, because when a person's family comes on to salat then it would make it much easier for the person himself. He will be encouraged. And when he is encouraged and when he is firm on it himself, then such a type of an environment would be created, so much so that the two put together, Ajib Nuraniyat Hogi, there will be such an amazing nur and illumination. Now, wastabir alayha. Now, just not wasbir, wastabir alayha. Completely entrenching yourself and being firm on it. Why? Because you are the engine, Hazrat Wala is saying. You have to take and carry everybody else with you. Now, you people want hukumat. You want to rule this and that and the other. But you have no attention towards salat whatsoever. We understand ourselves to be free. We understand ourselves to be done and absolved with our duties. How is that? Ala وَكُلُّكُمْ مَسْئُولٌ عَنْ رَعِيَّتِهِ, and remember that every person will be questioned and interrogated regarding his flock. So many things here are mentioned. وَعِبَادُ الرَّحْمَنِ, also from the adab is that a person goes walking with sakina and honor. وَعِبَادُ الرَّحْمَنِ الَّذِينَ يَمْشُونَ عَلَى الْأَرْضِ هَوْنًا, and the servants of Rahman are those who walk upon the earth with humility. However, وَلَيْسَ ذَلِكَ خَاصًا بِالْمَشْيِ, this here is not confined and restricted only to a person's walk. Rather, the peace should also be in his actions. Thereafter, Hazrat Wala then quotes and he says, speaking about a person who had some type of restaurant, etc. And he went on to say that, Hazrat, how is it that our people have made our own name bad? And it is the people of the madrasa. How is it at the time of salat, at the time of taraweeh, etc.? They are sitting in the cafes, they are sitting in the restaurants, etc. How is it? And also, when a person is in the marketplace, at that time there, he should think about the verse of the Quran Majid, Ya qawmana ajibu da'i Allah. Answer to the caller of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Answer to the caller of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, let's continue. Hazrat Wala also quotes, he says, meaning the caller of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that from amongst them, okay, yes, I find it now, about from the Buzurgan Deen and the Salafus Salihin, فَرُبَّمَا رَفَعَ الْمِطْرَقَ فَسَمِعَ الْمُؤَذِّنِ فَرَمَاهَا مِنْ خَلْفِهِ. That a person picked up his hammer, he's got it hanging over his shoulder, he's about to bring it forward and strike now in his work, carpentry, or busy working with his steel or whatever he's busy making. And at that time, the caller of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shouts out, calling towards salat. At that time, he's taken his hand back over the shoulder, but he doesn't follow through and come straight forward. Rather, there and there, he drops that instrument and then answers the caller of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? He did not want to follow through because he thought that that would be against, rather not in conformity, rather opposing, answering the caller of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So as fine and as minute as that. Allahu Akbar. Thereafter, Hazrat Wala speaks about an incident that one Arif asks another Arif, they tell me, if a person is holding the arsh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and at that time the muazzin calls out for salat, what should he do? Immediately, spontaneously he answers and he goes on to say, Ajib da'i Allah. Now Hazrat Wala is saying this incident is mentioned in Madarij Salikin, that answer the caller of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Leave that. At that time you should answer the caller of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, go for salat. Yes, after you're done with that duty, then you may go back to your spiritual state now and go and hold the arsh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No problem with that. So this is just about Safar year, and Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahib was so meticulous, and he used to worry so much when we used to leave to go out into the bazaar and into the marketplace. Now, what about tayyari and preparation for that Safar? Al-Kayyisu man dana nafsahu wa amila lima ba'da al-maut. The intelligent person is one who controls himself and he makes amal for that which is coming ahead, meaning tayyari for the akhirat. Now let us make dua. اللهم إنا نسألك خير هذا اليوم وخير ما بعده. اللهم إنا نسألك خير هذا اليوم وخير ما بعده. اللهم إنا نسألك خير هذا اليوم وخير ما بعده. اللهم إنا نسألك خير هذا اليوم، فتحه ونصره ونوره وبركته وهداه. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم، بحرمة سيد النبي الكريم صلى الله عليه وسلم.